For the algorithm of this video, please leave a like and comment your opinion down below. As part of recent developments, the PKK has been ordered by its imprisoned leader, Abdullah Öcalan, to lay down their weapons and dissolve. Although some of Öcalan's demands have been rumored, we are yet to know which official demands have been presented to Turkey in exchange for dissolving the PKK. In response to this, we have outlined our own minimum demands that must be met before even considering a dissolution. Please note that all the points mentioned in this video reflect our own views. We see these as the bare minimum for any upcoming peace negotiations with Turkey. Number 1. Rojava must remain unharmed. Cities in Rojava that have been attacked and occupied by Turkish-backed forces since 2017 must be returned to Rojava's administration. Turkey has long stated that it considers the administration of Rojava, which is governed by the SDF, to be part of the PKK. If the PKK were to dissolve, Turkey must make an effort to establish an arrangement that recognizes Rojava as its neighbor. As part of this arrangement, the Kurdish cities currently under Turkish-backed occupation must be returned to Rojava. Since these cities were occupied, Arab refugees, mostly from Syria and Palestine, have been resettled there. Rojava must be given the opportunity to relocate both Kurds and Arabs back to their original homes. Number 2. The Kurdish language must be officially recognized in Turkey. Kurdish schools in Turkish-occupied Kurdistan must be allowed to resume Kurdish language education. According to the Turkish constitution, which is nearly 100 years old, the only officially recognized language is Turkish. Despite the fact that over 30 million Kurds speak Kurdish in Turkey. If the PKK is to dissolve, we believe the Kurdish language must be officially recognized. In the long term, if racism against Kurds is to be addressed, the Kurdish people need formal acknowledgement from the Turkish government. Turkey could look to the Iraqi constitution from 2005, which recognizes both the Kurdish people and their language. In addition, the Kurdish language has been prohibited for a long time, and we believe Kurdish must be taught in schools, at least in Kurdish majority regions. Number 3. The Kurdish people must be officially recognized in Turkey. Similar to the previous point, Kurds are not recognized as a distinct people in the Turkish constitution. This must change. Kurds must be officially recognized as Kurds, not as Turks. Number 4. The Kurdish alphabet must be legalized. As part of efforts to erase Kurdish identity, Turkey prohibited the Kurdish alphabet centuries ago. This has made it difficult, if not impossible, for Kurds to give their children Kurdish names. This is one reason why many Kurds in Turkish-occupied Kurdistan today have Turkish names. Legalizing the Kurdish alphabet must be an essential part of negotiations, because without it, the recognition of the Kurdish language, point 2, would be meaningless. Number 5. Kurdish leaders from both the HDP and the PKK must be released. This includes Abdullah Öcalan, who has been imprisoned since 1999. Öcalan has transitioned from a military leader to an intellectual and ideological figure advocating peace. Releasing him is vital for the peace process and would not pose any threat to Turkey or its state. In addition to Öcalan, Turkey has imprisoned HDP leader Selahattin Demirtas since 2015. He must also be released. There are hundreds of political and journalistic prisoners in Turkey, and each of their cases must be reviewed, with potential releases based on fair trials. Number 6. Cities and villages in Turkish occupied Kurdistan must have their original names restored or at least be officially acknowledged. Examples include Diyarbakir, originally named Ahmet; Batman, originally named Elih; Tunceli, originally named Dersim. Hundreds of other cities and villages had their names changed under Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, who carried out an extensive Turkification campaign in Kurdish areas during the early years of the Turkish Republic. Number 7. Economic and infrastructural reconstruction in Kurdish areas affected by Turkish military operations with international oversight. In 2015, Turkey attacked several major cities in Turkish-occupied Kurdistan, destroying them on an unprecedented scale. Additionally, Turkey has long restricted economic and infrastructural development in Kurdish areas. This must change. Turkey must invest in rebuilding and developing these regions, and the international community must follow the development. These 7 points are our bare minimum demands. In addition to these, we have 2 alternative points that should be considered in negotiations. Number 1. Educational reform across Turkey. In Turkey, the education system is highly politicized. From early school years to university studies, historical events such as the Armenian genocide and the Dersim massacre are not recognized or even mentioned. The conflict between the PKK and Turkey is also presented in a biased manner, portraying Turkey as heroes while depicting the PKK as terrorists and an inherently evil organization. If Turkey truly wants to move towards democracy, this issue must be addressed. The truth must be taught at all levels of education. Number 2. Autonomy for Kurds within Turkish-occupied Kurdistan. Just like the Kurds in Iraqi-occupied Kurdistan and Syrian-occupied Kurdistan, the Kurds in Turkish-occupied Kurdistan should be given the right to self-govern within Turkey's borders. Kurds have already demonstrated their ability to govern effectively within the borders of occupying states, and they would be able to do so again in Turkey. Selahattin Demirtas, as a democratic leader who is widely respected by the Kurds of Bakur, could be appointed as the Kurdish leader for an 8-year transitional period while a self-governing Kurdish administration is established. After this period, the Kurds of Bakur should hold elections every 4 years, while a self-governing Kurdish administration is established. What do you think about these demands? Do you have any of your own? Don't forget to like this video, comment your opinion down below, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you don't miss any further videos on this channel.